Hey everyone, welcome back to the Distinct Mastering YouTube channel. Getting a quick video out today because Ableton Live recently released their 12.3 beta version and I got to test it out. And I'm going to share with you some of the new features. I know there's a lot of videos out there already on this, so I'm going to keep mine short, give you the skinny on what's new, what to look out for, and when it is fully released, what you can do to be prepared. Okay, I've got a super simple Ableton project set up just to show you all the new major features. There's obviously a lot of smaller improvements, but I'm just going to go over the major features that they asked us to try out as a beta tester. So I just gave my feedback on these, so let's get into it. The first one is the brand new stem separation. It's all over the internet. I'm sure you heard about it. It's pretty damn cool. And I just tried it out actually yesterday on a remix I was working on for our label NOS Recordings. And right here in this session, I have the track that you heard in the beginning of this video, which is my new track coming out September 26th, along with Lavelle Dupree, as my alias Freshcobar, called Talking Dirty on NOS Recordings. So check this out, it's really cool. If I want to just separate this to stems, just right click on it, and then right down here you get separate stems to new audio tracks. And you can pick what you want, vocals, drums, bass, guitars, and this action will obviously stop the audio, and then when you hit separate, boom, there you go. So it just finished, it put them in a group, and there they all are. One thing that I noticed about the stem separation when I did it yesterday is it actually added a space to the song that I was working on, but it did not do that here. A super important tip about the stem separation: if you want to get high quality stems, you need to set this up in your options.txt file. Some of you may know what this is, some of you may not, so I'm going to briefly walk you through this. Okay, so here's my options.txt file. I already had an options.txt file with these two, enable arm on selection and show device slots. These are additional features that I like to have for Ableton. And you might be wondering, well, how does that work? Well, there's a whole Ableton resource on this. I'll leave you a link to that down below. What you need to do is, and I'll drop this options.txt file in the members area just for all the members. Probably just give it away for free as well. So stay tuned for that in my YouTube community or Patreon community. Basically, you just need to add this line. Now, where does this go? So what you want to do on a Mac, I'm going to have to show you on a Mac, you're going to go to your library, or better yet, you can go to your computer and you need to go to your users folder, which is basically just going to go to that library right there. Once you get into the users folder, you then go into this library, which is the same thing as going there. And if you don't see this library, just hold Option when you hit this Go menu and it'll pop up if you're on an older Mac. Now what you need to do is you need to go down to Preferences and you need to go to Ableton and you need to look for the latest version. Since I'm on the 12.3 beta, double click in there and you paste the options.txt in there. So every time you update your Ableton, you need to put that back in to enable it. Now the cool thing about the show device slots is I know it's actually working, because if I go to the mixer view and I go to view and then I go to mixer controls, I can click device slots and I get this little option right here. So this is a cool way to see what you have running on your device list in your mixer. It's just another option that you can have. So now I know I have high quality stems, and I already had that file in there, so these stems were exported at high quality. And let's go ahead and play some of these stems. I'm gonna ungroup this. I don't need this grouped.
Talking dirty all night, all I'm mixing records. Talking dirty all night.
So there it is. There's the whole song.
Talking dirty all night, all I'm mixing records.
Pretty crazy. So that's the stem separation now directly in Ableton Live. I did make an older video on how I used to do stems with Serato Sample. Obviously now I can just do it right inside Ableton Live. If you're curious to know how I did it in Serato Sample, I'll leave you a link to that video down below. The next cool thing is I set up a basic kick and top loop pattern here. And I want to show you the Splice integration. So here's the Splice integration. I've already logged in. You can see my credits. And the crazy thing about the Splice integration is, if you know, you can search Splice, you can look through your library. It's just like having the Splice bridge right here in the left browser. It's pretty crazy. So you can look and view drums and then just find stuff that you want and drag them right in. You can put it in key. If I play this, you see I can put it in key of my track, just like the Splice Bridge app. So if you're familiar users of Splice Bridge, this will look super familiar. The other crazy thing though is that you can actually search with sound. So if I take this drum sound, so as you can see, I just dropped in those drums and it's going to try to find things that are similar or things that work. It's probably going to do a better job with something that might have a key. So I haven't played with this too much yet, but here's the reference. So you can trash that just for shits and giggles. Let's try something. So I'm going to take this guitar. We're going to go back to Splice and I'm just going to search with sound. Let's see what it comes up with. So it came up with all these. And I can play that with it. Look at, interestingly enough, that's cool. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I've honestly been trying to get away from even using things like Splice and Loop Cloud, but this just makes it so easy to find new sounds and things that you might not otherwise run into. So very cool addition to Ableton Live. So the next one is really simple. Basically, if you have a group like this, you can now just right click and bounce group in place. And what it's going to do is it's just going to bounce both of those loops into one audio file, just like that. Pretty cool feature. So next I want to show you how you can actually now take this clip. See this MIDI clip? This is just, let's mute all this. It's just a kick drum. And what you can do with this now is I could copy this. So if I hit Command C to copy it, and then I go to an audio track, an empty audio track, and I hit Command Option V, it's going to bounce the track as audio and paste it right in. So that's that kick all set up as audio. So they also redesigned the auto pan, and now it's auto pan tremolo. This is kind of going to be a 2-in-1 because now you also have a A/B switch within all the Ableton Live devices. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this one, and we're going to load up a fresh copy. And I just have a sine wave here, and we'll play it with this kick drum. So we're on panning right now. You get two options, panning and tremolo. And it's the same thing. You have your waveforms, you have your rate, your phase flipper. And this is just going to offset the starting point. You have the amount, frequency, the shape, all the same controls. But then you have this new thing called, I guess it's the attack or attenuation. But see how it's shaping the attack point? And then you also have modulation. So you can see that this is speeding it up. So you can get some interesting stuff going with this. So this one is disabled on the panning side. Actually, no, it's on the sync side you get it. Sorry about that. This happens on triplet. So anything synced, it looks like that one opens up this option to move the starting point of the LFO. So here, so we have the stereo mode, and yeah, this is just like the old one. Just was reading the information on the left there. It's probably the first day that I've actually played with this unit. So just a lot more options, things you can do with this unit. Look at that, that's pretty interesting. And then you have the tremolo. So here you have harmonic tremolo mode, and then you have vintage tremolo mode. As you can see on the left, they explain what they do. And it's basically, tremolo is just a volume. So it's not actually panning, it's just ducking the volume. So think of it like a ducking tool almost, but it's really slow. Here's faster. So this mod right here, it looks like it's changing the speed, and this could be automated. So you could leave your main timing alone. That's cool. So you can get these types of effects. And then so once again, you have this A/B switch. So I could switch to B and I get a brand new one. and I could play with this and change it up the way I want, and then I could go back and forth. And I can do that with the P button. So that gives you an A-B switch. So that's amazing right there. I love that. So those are the major updates to Ableton Live 12.3 beta version. Once this comes out live, this is what you can expect. If you want to download the beta version, I'll leave you a link to the program down below. It is free for all registered Ableton users, and you just have to answer some questions, give some feedback. I did submit one feature request of something that I noticed that changed on me that I liked to do with a Command F. So, you know, it's a way for you to put in your input. This is good. This is going to be a quick video today. I just kind of quickly recorded this to get it out there. If you have any comments, questions, please drop them down below. My name is Freddie from Distinct Mastering. If you're new to this channel and you found it helpful, please consider subscribing. The bell notification will keep you up to date on new videos, and that like button will let the YouTube algorithm know that you liked what I did. And it really does help me out. If you're curious to learn more about my membership offers, check me out on YouTube or Patreon. Either way, I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace.